to
Hello.
episode 7
7
of Unleashed Podcast. We made it, guys.
7
I know.
episodes, guys.
Do you remember episode 1?
We're not one-hit wonders, okay?
I know. We keep it up.
Yes. Well, welcome, guys. And it's your girl, Esther, the Nigerian queen, as always.
And it's your girl, Christabel, the one and only sweet Blackberry.
And it's your girl Izzy, also known as Izzy.
Yeah. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about different topics. So we're going to start with fake Christianity.
Yes.
There's a lot of news.
Fake Christianity.
That's
The
deep.
new world of Christianity.
Yeah. I think we're all going to have different opinions on this.
Oh,
Because you
listen.
two are Christians, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
What are you? Atheist.
I'm not atheist. I will say I'm agnostic.
Oh,
Like, I
what
don't-
was that?
So basically, I'm not concerned with it. Like, I'm not gonna say something is wrong. I'm not gonna say it's right. I'm just not concerned with it.
Okay.
But I'm not against it. Atheists are actually against religion.
Okay, yeah.
But I'm like, do whatever makes you happy, sort of thing. But I just don't.
So when you was growing up, what was you Christian or?
Yeah. When I grew up in a Christian home, deeper life has a serious Christianity. I wasn't allowed to watch TV, earrings, makeup, hair. I wasn't allowed all that stuff. But then I became a bad
baddie.
a bad child. I was casted out.
Yeah.
I shouldn't really joke about it.
Yeah, it's not
Because
funny.
God, please. We're still homies though.
Oh my god.
But I kind of don't really believe in it now. But what are you guys' thoughts on fake Christianity?
I feel like in today's society, Christianity is not built on the word anymore. It's built on fashion, designer, how much money you have, and all of that to entice the crowd. And that's not the real way to draw a crowd, like to teach the word. That's not it. That's fake Christianity. Yes, I understand like what Pastor Toby was doing in terms of like, you know who Pastor Toby is?
Yeah,
From
let's
the
talk
SPAC
about our
Nation.
favourite church. The drippy church.
Yeah, I understand his
Designer church.
I understand like his way in the sense of, you know, he's dressing nice for people to come, but it's too much designer, it's too much money, do you understand? And less preaching, less educating. And yeah, that's not Christianity to me. It's changed from when I was growing up. It's changed.
Do you know what? Yeah, I think people talk about SPAC Nation like this is a new thing. Like,
It's been happening.
honestly, when I was in uni, I went to a couple church because my mom was forcing me to go to church. So I was like, let me go make friends.
Yeah.
So I was there, and I was hearing stories of people like, oh, the man of God told me to loan out a car for the service of God. And someone's like, I took a loan of $1,000. I'm thinking, are you a mumu?
Listen.
Like, wait. Oh. So somebody, because they're pastor, because they say Jesus loves you, you will now go to your bank account. You will now go and grab 1,000.
This is part of the
Alright.
reason why I stopped going to church, because certain pastors, when I used to go to church, they would say that, oh, God has revealed to me that you have to take £1,000 out of your work pay to give to me. Put it in a white envelope and come and be blessed.
I'm not gonna lie.
And then I will
heard
see the
that.
dumb people waking up. Hey, man, pastor. Because they're thinking that their blessing is going to happen the next day.
And it will multiply. That's the intention.
But you've forgotten that you have rent to pay. You've got a phone bill to pay.
Yeah.
If you're driving, insurance,
Right.
MOT, servicing, and you've taken all your work paid and given to a pastor.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. This is why sometimes I think certain churches are cults. I'm not gonna lie, because I've been in those reviver service,
Of course.
those deliverance service, and they'll be like, the person that pays the highest money is gonna get the most blessing. Why?
Guys, have you heard this
I
one?
don't like that.
Have you heard this one? Your mum's a witch. She's doing you. Your grandma's the witch.
They said
She is
that.
doing you.
I will slap that pastor.
That is what is happening in Ghanaian churches. I don't know about other churches, but Ghanaian churches, you better stop that saying your mum's a witch.
I will
That's why your
slap
life
that
is like this.
pastor.
Really? This is the
My
first time.
Ghanaian family, people, comment. That is what is happening.
Someone said my mum's a witch. I will slap you. I do not care if you're a pastor. What? That is so... So what?
Not me personally,
Yeah,
but
but that's
I've
what
been
they
in a
say.
congregation where it's
Yeah.
happened, and then they will pray for that person and push them for them to fall down.
Oh my days.
Like, come on, man.
I honestly, I agree. Like, churches nowadays are built on the worldly things, and it's kind of misleading a lot of people.
Yeah.
I do understand with, like, it kind of makes sense that it's happening because with the generation that I'm growing up in, you know, whereby we see designers, we want designers, we live upon that. It's so sad, but we actually do in reality. I feel like the people that are brought up with that type of mentality that gets into Christianity kind of uses that and just misleads people. Growing up, I was in a congregation whereby it's actually, I've never experienced the type of church I go to here in England yet. It's Pentecostal.
Okay.
So it's not Catholic, but it's Pentecostal, it's Lutheran, and they are very set with how things need to be done. So it was a very like orderly type of church, but I've never had someone that really goes out of their way to preach and say things like that. Do you understand? But as a young adult now, I stopped going to church because I can't find a congregation that is actually making me feel like a home. Do you understand? So I definitely have my relationship with God. One-on-one is me and God, and that's it.
Yeah.
But because we live in such a world whereby you can't even trust your own pastor, whereby they're meant to be mentors and people that help you spiritually, for those that are Christians, like, what am I gonna go do in Back Nation, for example? What?
And even if you don't wear the designer wear and you go and turn up to the church, you feel like the outcast because all eyes are on you. And it shouldn't make you feel like that. Church, you have to go as you are. Do you understand? Like, you have to be open-hearted.
Yeah.
People can't afford these designers. So let them go to church how they want to go to church.
That Pastor Toby just annoys me.
Oh, everyday Fendi,
Oh
Fendi.
my! He'll just be like, "Well, I'm offending with Fendi in the name of Jesus." I'm like, Pastor is saying offending with Fendi. Well, what kind of age? Like, what kind
I've
of
never
church?
actually watched anything about
Bro,
him.
they
except
had a
his interview
song.
with Izzy Mills, and I loved that so much. But besides that, I've never actually heard of him. And then that's the first time I was like, okay, let me research about this man, and I understood. He said he loves fashion, and you know, it's good that he dresses
Yeah,
up
he can
nice.
love fashion, yeah.
But you
That's
shouldn't use that to entice people to come to your congregation and mislead people. There's
Yeah,
so many
I just-
controversial
true.
things about that church. You cannot put a blind eye to it. It's reality. Do you
Honestly,
understand?
I think that Pastor Toby is
You're
taking
overdoing
the
it.
piss. They had an investigation against them when it was on BBC.
Yeah.
Where they had a couple women come forward and
Yeah.
said that they were getting scammed and all that stuff, and there was nothing found.
Yeah.
This pastor is so smart. Like, how is it like so many people are coming forward to say, "Listen, these people scammed me. They made me take out a loan," and then nothing is being found.
It reminds me of what's the documentary? Is it Tinder something?
Oh,
Tinder
on Netflix.
swindler.
Yeah.
Pastor Toby is a Tinder
Yeah,
swindler.
definitely.
Because there's nothing that guy was being able to charge on because he did it smartly. It's like asking somebody for money. You can't say, oh, you stole
you
it.
can't.
Do you understand? So
Pastor
it's
Toby.
very difficult. Whichever method he's using.
And that's why he always like goes for the younger ones
younger
because they're very naive.
Yeah, let's talk about the controversy that's just
Yes.
arise. So it's come out that they're luring young girls like between like
13 to 16 to like brunches and lunches and stuff like that.
Yeah, so this is obviously the new controversy and they're denying it. I think it was Anthea that was involved in this.
I'm done
and a
with
couple
their names.
girls basically just
Crazy.
inviting them to a group chat. Apparently it's on Telegram. And then they tell them that, oh, we're going to teach you to be boss babes.
Boss
Why?
babes,
What's he
semqua.
teaching 13-year-olds to
So
be
what,
boss
these
babes?
13-year-olds, are they paying a subscription fee? Like, how does it work? I
So
don't
we've
understand.
not actually, no one has actually known what's happened after. Like, I've not seen any reports. It's just bringing them into this group chat to say that we're going to teach you to be boss babes. So I think maybe they've got a plan. Maybe there's a game plan there.
I feel like these people are not normal.
No.
These SPAC Nation members are not normal.
It's a cult, don't you think? It's like a
Yeah.
proper cult?
I think it's a 419 organization. It actually is a 419 because they have a mansion as well where like a couple of them live.
Can we speak about that, please? Did you see what Shea Borough posted about
The fake apartment.
fake
I
apartment.
saw it.
No! Oh my god!
Imagine doing
it's
the
on
most.
Airbnb and you are claiming it that is yours?
How embarrassing!
And even the clothes in the wardrobe, it was mainly menswear.
Are you okay?
that was probably Pastor Toby's clothes.
Yeah.
They probably like split everyone that's got designer. Yeah, come. Let's do a
in.
collection. We're doing the house store. We must
These
make
people
our
are not
419
serious,
organization look good.
They're not serious.
It's actually, honestly, I think it's an organization,
Yeah.
a 419 organization. They are literally based on scamming people.
Yeah.
And it's just so unfair that it's our little kids.
Yeah, that's what triggers me. I just their target group obviously is the vulnerable, which is kids, teenagers, young people that don't know anything, and it's sad.
Yeah.
It's really just
Definitely.
sad.
It's because they clocked that like 18-year-olds, over 18-year-olds are like, they know their game now.
Yeah.
Because, bro, if anyone says Back Nation to you, you're just laughing
I
it.
will
Do you know
laugh
what I
and be
mean?
like, what?
Exactly. But obviously these 13-year-olds are so vulnerable. And
They're so
if somebody's just said,
young.
oh, we can teach you to make money, we can teach you
Plus,
to
they're
be...
showing them the designer, the houses.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I just feel so sorry
But-
for our kids, man.
All right, going off of the kids, do you feel like there needs to be like an age barrier with TikTok and stuff?
Yeah.
Because obviously SPAC Nation, they've got social media, they're showing like all their goods that they have.
Yeah.
These young kids are looking at it like, oh wow, and they're getting is it lured?
Lured,
Yeah, into it. So do we blame TikTok for like the age gap? I don't know.
Yeah, I think TikTok needs to start making some movements when it comes to age, because just like any other social media, Facebook's got that age restriction. Instagram does have their age restriction, as TikTok.
But everyone lies though.
This is what I was about to say.
We all lie on Facebook. Let's be real.
I think TikTok does have that age thing, but people just lie.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well then I don't know what else to say. It's sad. How can we protect them then from TikTok? What can be done? It's just
I think
one of
it's
those
the
things.
parents, man. Like Kanye West said to Kim, he did not want his child on TikTok.
Right.
And I think it's actually...
Yeah, but that one I don't
parent-
agree with.
You don't agree?
I don't agree because number one,
I also don't.
his
really?
children were brought in that environment. His mum, her mum is always like on social media, so that's all she's gonna know.
I will say, from a perspective of totally saying they can't be on TikTok is a far stretch. At least if you said there needs to be a limit of how long they are on social media or on TikTok, that's a different conversation. But to say I don't want my kids to be on TikTok,
But even limiting, that's not possible. Look at who her mum is.
True.
It's Kim. Kim sleeps with her phone. She eats her phone. So how are you gonna tell her daughter North to not pick up her phone or to
Right.
stop being on TikTok?
that's a point, to be honest, because they do grow up in that environment. I mean, they're shooting their reality TV show as well. They grow up with it, so I don't know. From a point where he wants to protect his child or his children from the dangers of what online can do, but there's a but. I don't know which other way he can do that. Is there a different way?
But then why is it that now he's left Kim or whoever that he's concerned about North using TikTok? Wasn't
True.
North using TikTok when they were married?
Well,
I think she's only recently just joined, you know?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because obviously it's come alight that I think North seen as the sex tape
Ah.
via TikTok,
right.
I
Is
think.
it not the baby boy
No,
or the
it's
baby girl?
oldest girl.
Yeah, the oldest girl,
right.
yeah. So I think, one of the child anyway saw
Yeah.
the sex tape, and obviously Kanye is worried about that.
But
Personally,
that was always gonna happen.
yeah, personally, to be honest, I hear what Kanye's saying about trying to protect his children because, you can limit them, but bro, these people are rich.
Yeah.
People will take advantage of their kids.
It's true.
Easily. Even when she goes on live, have you not seen it when people are like, oh, North, what is Kim's bank account details? Like, people are asking these questions. This girl's a child.
Yeah.
They might literally tell her, oh, can you just go and get mommy's card details? And bless her, she'll probably will and be like, oh yeah, do you want to say? And then she could end up literally spilling so much of the family secrets, business. So to be honest, I hear Kanye, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think it's the first time, because there was another time whereby she did go on live and she showed their house in a way that Kim didn't want, and then I remember her nephew, which is one of the sister's son, I think Mason, DM'd Kim and told Kim, "Oh, I'm just concerned about North being online. I feel like they should be a limit or something." And that also went viral, but not on the Shade Borough. It went on Shade Room.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not the first time she's gone on TikTok lives. She has, and I think if he's really worried about his safety, it's right for him to say that. But at the same time, I don't know. I'm actually just meddled. I can't say anything more.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Each their own.
Yeah,
I think each to their own, but I hear it because I actually like Kanye. I'm not gonna lie, it's crazy, but I feel like he's a crazy genius. Everything he says, he knows why he's saying it because he's either witnessed something. Or, do you know what I mean? He's not a billionaire for no reason. This guy is smart. So to me, there's a reason behind him knowing, like, not wanting his children on TikTok and stuff, because maybe there's a secret organization looking for the family.
This is the consequences that you have to pay when you're in that Kardashian family.
You're right.
I'm so sorry, but the mum, Kris Jenner, she is something else. Do you understand? So being in that family, you're bound to get brought in the mix up. Like, there's nothing I can even say about that.
Yeah.
They're poison.
To be honest, let's not hate on the Kardashians. I love the Kardashians. Not like I don't like what they live by, but I think they're very smart, business savvy women. And people always
know how to get their money,
yeah. And people always call for Kim, saying that, oh, she did a sex tape. But I'm like, how about you become a billionaire off being a sex tape? Because people say she doesn't have a talent, right? I'm like, okay, you two go and do it. Do you know what I mean? It's that easy.
It's pressure.
Exactly.
It's a lot of pressure.
But let's go back to the topic of child grooming. Obviously, being a mother, will you let your children on TikTok?
My son's got TikTok.
How old is he?
He's 11.
Is there like a boundary, or you just let him do him?
I shoot his videos for him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's got his own phone, and then he will say to me, "Oh, mummy, I want to use this sound or whatever." I'll look at it, like see what other people have done, and then I'll be like, "Okay, the sound. There's no swearing in the sound.
Yeah.
He's literally having fun on the TikTok. There's nothing like concerning about it. His friends that he follows are from school. Do you understand? I've looked through his following. The people that he follows are gamers and his friends. So there's nothing concerning about it. So like you said, it is down to the parents. Yeah. Because I check my son's phone.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I guess that's the best way to protect your kids from SPAC Nation. Check anytime you see SPAC and be like, because it's actually so bad for the kids, man. It's really bad.
It is.
But we can go back to the fake Christianity in terms of just talking about Christianity in general.
Can I just say, that with Christians, the one thing that I hate with a passion is when you leave the church, for example, and you haven't seen them for a while, and you've bumped into them or you've literally walked past them, they will look at you and pretend that they haven't seen you. That's just because you've left the church. And as a Christian, you don't do them things. Like, you should embrace them. Oh, what's happened to you? Like, has anything happened? Why haven't I seen you?
I get what you
know? And that's part of the reasons why I don't go to church, because of things like this.
That's the reason why, exactly. That's another reason. I mean, especially, just churches, the ones I've experienced going to, because I've tried going to multiple different churches, to be honest.
I'm tired.
Try it. I'm tired. It's that thing whereby people are just not being real with you. I'm just tired. I can't go and make myself acknowledged or accepted in a community whereby when I walk out, because I want to walk out, they're not going to treat me the same. Do you understand? The inviting energy is not there. It doesn't make sense.
And I feel like with Christians, their shit don't stink.
Yeah.
Basically,
What does that mean?
they think that they're
Perfect. They're
Perfect,
Too
yeah.
holy.
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna lie. The reason I stopped being a Christian was because I felt like people were trying to dictate to other people way too much. Like the hypocrisy was crazy.
Oh, that word.
What?
Hypocrite.
It's like you are like, oh, they will come
That's
and
attached to Christians, honestly.
literally, like your pastor would be like, oh, you're a sinner because look how the way you're dressed. My pastor used to insult me because if I wore a skirt too short, it'll be like, oh, you're trying to seduce men. And then you see his daughter. And you'd be like,
Can we talk about these pastors' children, please? Because they're the worst. They are the worst.
do you know what I mean?
PK, isn't it? Pastor's kid.
Honestly, I'm a bit
They
like,
do too much.
They're the ones that are doing underground drugs, underground drinking. They're going clubbing, but telling their dad, "Oh yeah, I'm at Bible study." They're doing the most.
literally, those pastors' kids. But you know what? I don't blame them because when you're repressed so much, you're going to want to do the stuff they've been telling you not to do.
That one I understand, but yes, you're doing that. But don't come to me on a Sunday and be like, "Oh, don't do
Check
that."
your child first.
Yeah.
Period.
But that's the thing. They probably don't even know that's what their kids are doing.
I'm sure they know.
Don't know.
Do you think they know?
I'm sure they know.
Because the aunties and the uncles in the
Yes.
congregation will say, "Oh, I saw Esther here." Trust me.
Families know, and families
Yeah.
keep family secrets.
Yeah,
That's all.
definitely.
Yeah,
Period.
that's true.
Just to
They
protect their
know.
child.
Yes.
But you know
they
the thing
know.
that bugs me the most, and this is actually quite personal to me, when pastors get involved with marital relationships, when like maybe the woman has come to the pastor and is like, just example, saying, oh, my man is abusing me, like he's hitting me, or is mentally abusive, and they'll be like, oh, let's just pray about it, God will help you. Or the woman says she wants to leave that marriage, and the pastor would be like, oh, it's a sin to leave your man, divorce is a sin, things like that. I think, to me, that I hate that because a lot of women, especially black women, listen to pastor and they will
Too
stay in abusive
much.
relationships. Like
Too
the man
much.
is hitting you, is verbally abusive, is mentally abusive, and it's like, oh, because pastor say stay with your husband.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I hate
These
it when
pastors are gonna kill you lot, you know.
Do you know what I
Hey.
mean? And I think
Whilst they're sitting in their mansions.
And you're going home to get a hit.
Hey.
do you know what I mean? Pastor's marriage
Nah.
is probably the same anyway.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
He's probably sleeping with like the eldest choir person.
it's true, but then they'll come and be like pointing at everyone's marriages. Oh no, stay with him. No, I think that's the line for me. I hate when people they get involved with personal lives. Like,
Yeah.
no, stick to just preaching about God and Jesus. If somebody wants advice, give them lightly.
Yeah.
If they say they want to leave them
It's
alone.
true.
You're not in that marriage, so you don't know what they're dealing
It's
with.
true.
Do you know what I mean?
Even certain
I
pastors
agree.
as well, like, for example, they're ill and they're on medication. They will say to that person, oh, God has told me the reason why you can't get healed is because you're still on that medication. Stop taking that medication.
Trust in God alone.
Trust in God alone. And then within 2 weeks, that person's dead.
Ah, yeah.
Stop it.
See, I think with that they must be a limit to. I mean, you can't stop a pastor from saying what he's saying because he's always gonna say some type of thing.
Yeah.
But as a person, you need to have your line because a pastor is also just another person. Yes, he's meant to be the person that God uses, you know. But you just need to be very careful. Basically,
Church is a business
Yeah.
for these people.
People
A lot
need
of
to
them,
understand
yeah.
that it's a business and they're just people. You need to listen to them till a certain point and the rest is between you and God. You have to do what's best for you at the end of the day. Because I made a decision to myself, I'm never going to be that traditional type of woman whereby I go to church and I'm in an abusive relationship or something and the pastor is telling me stay, or anything that I'm going through in life and the pastor is telling me the opposite of what is actually helpful towards
Yeah.
me. I'm not going to be that person.
Yeah.
Do what's best for you.
This is why I like Greenleaf.
I
Have you-
watched
about?
that.
So basically, it's a show where
On
is it a
Netflix.
show?
It's
Like a series. Yeah. So it's based on a church and
Church family.
so much things happen.
My good Lord.
Hypocrites are in it, cheating,
Homosexual.
homosexual. Like it's just it's crazy. You need to watch it, but it actually shows you what goes on in a church.
It made sense to me because really it shows everything. The family may look so perfect from the outside, but no.
Even the pastor and his wife, what they were going through.
And their stories were only told at the almost the end. They were so
even
sad,
the pastor's son,
Hi.
his wife was sleeping with another man, like gave him an STI, like it was crazy. And then on Sunday they'll be saying, "Praise the Lord, hallelujah." Yeah, come on, man.
They try. Them pastors are so cheeky. They think they're superhuman or something. It's like you're human just like me. Who put you on a pedestal? Like no, maybe because obviously I've never been this. Okay, to be fair, I used to be very spiritual and I used to listen to everything pastor said. But then I just literally got pushed to the other direction. Like I got to my limit where I was just like, you know what? Fuck all of yous. Like I don't want to hear what you have to say to me. I will live my life the way I feel like I want to live my life because they actually think that they are like
They own you.
Do you know what I mean? What they say is and if you say no, they'll be like, "Oh, you're sinner. Maybe you should ask for forgiveness."
And then once they have your number, they won't leave you alone.
Oh, I've had one like that. He's annoying me till
you
now.
alone.
I think I told you. I told somebody because
the one that you keep blocking and he keeps finding your number.
Yeah.
God.
Honestly, and this was like 2018. I think I was walking in the street and I was new in England. And so I was walking and he's like, "Oh, come to my church." And I was like, "Okay, I might try it out." I gave the number.
This
Till
man's been
now I'm
harassing.
suffering. He keeps messaging me, keeps doing the most.
That's the
He needs to
culture.
chill.
That's the thing. Like this idea of forcing the religion on
force.
people.
Don't
it
force.
annoys me.
It's
like
annoying.
if like honestly, I'm not against Christianity, but every time I will enter a place with very religious people and I say I don't believe in God or I don't believe in Christianity. I believe in God but not in Christianity. The way they look at me, like, why? You should come to church. When you come to church,
You'll change
they
your
will
mind.
change your mind. And I'm like, listen, I was born in a Christian home. I already know what you're going to tell me. And they'll be like, but you didn't really understand it though. Maybe you need to really fully read it this way. It's like, I read it all the ways that I needed to read it. I just don't believe in it. Please accept that. Honestly, they will not accept it.
true.
And they'll be looking for ways. They will try and ask you for Bible study. I'm like, please.
too much.
I don't try and push my beliefs on you.
Yeah, I feel I get that they shouldn't force people. When it comes to religion is a thing that individuals need to be accepted to allow. Do you understand? You can't force somebody to become a Christian,
No,
to become a
it's not
Muslim
gonna
or
work.
anything. No,
Yeah.
let the individual make that decision when they're ready or whenever. It's up to them.
It's true.
Nobody should force
Exactly.
you.
true.
I can never force you. You know that.
I know you haven't tried. I would have run away from you a long time ago.
I can never force anybody. Like,
It's
no.
true. But I think the icing on the cake for me, this is really one of like the major reasons that I'm just Christianity is too much. Basically, this what happened in China. I went to China and I was with a lot of different religion. So I had like Hinduism, Buddhist, Christianity, Islam, and we were all like in the same room, people with different religion. And the recurring conversation was like, "Oh, I'm a Muslim, I can't marry a Christian." And then the Buddhist would be like, "Oh, I can't marry a Muslim person." And we had discussions, and obviously the recurring conversation was because, "Oh, Allah is the mighty and I want my family to grow up knowing about Allah." And the Christians would be like, "Oh no, Jesus is the savior. I want my children to know about Jesus." And I'm like, guys, we are humans. Let's take away all these deities. We are humans. We all have feelings. Why is it that because of someone's religion, it determines who they are? Like, does that mean they're a good person just because they have a religion? Do you know what I mean? I think it became so ignorant to me that it's just like, so because you're a Christian, you will never give a chance to a Muslim. This could be your husband. This could be your soulmate. But because of religion, I want my children to grow up in this Christianity. So now you would literally, the love of your life, just sweep them out the way. I think that really stood out to me. And I was just like, I never want to ever feel like I can't be with someone because of religion.
Yeah.
Because that's taking humanity out of it. Now it's like I'm only seeing people for their religion.
Yeah.
Right.
And that was stupid to me.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about it?
I 100% agree with you.
Yeah.
In that sense, 100%. Because, for example, I've seen the man that I'm like, oh my gosh, he's so nice. I really want to get to know him. I'm starting to talk to him because I'm a Christian and he's a Muslim. We can't talk. That will actually break my heart.
Yeah.
And maybe he's the only man for me in this
Right.
lifetime.
Yeah.
But because of religion, I've broken it. And then I've spent the rest of my life by myself. And then I'm
Bugs
miserable.
me.
That's ridiculous. So yeah, I 100% agree with you.
I do. I have a quick question. In terms of I do understand the point. Firstly, you did say that because of religion, would you now not like date somebody or something? But yeah, would you date a pastor?
I would date anybody.
That's
So
nice.
as long as you don't try and push anything on me,
Yeah.
obviously I'm gonna tell you I'm not going to church. If you're gonna go and talk
Then
to your
I'm telling you,
congregation,
the pastor, don't even think about him.
if a pastor is all right to date someone that is not inclined in religion, and he's okay to proudly say, yeah, I'm a believer, but my wife
Now, the
isn't.
first lady is a very important role in the church. So you would need to attend church.
So that's the thing. A pastor can't date me.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
I could date a pastor,
Pastor,
but
pastor
he will
could
see me and be like, sinner.
Yeah.
You're going to hell.
Yeah.
Type of thing. So they just wouldn't come to me. I just
Yeah.
already know it because they judge me and I
I
don't
can't
really
go for a
care.
pastor.
You can't.
Because everything that he will be saying to me, I'll be challenging him. Do you understand? So it will be like back and forth,
But
back
you
and
don't
forth
think
all the
that's
time.
sad though that you already think that that's what a pastor is? Do you know
Because
what I
of
mean?
what I've seen.
Yeah.
It's not like it's just one church. It's numerous of churches that I've been to. It's been the same experience. Why is it?
Yeah, that's the sad thing though.
And then when I see you on the road, you're walking past me like I'm dirty.
it's honestly true.
Then I'll prefer to just stay
So
in my house.
would you guys date a Muslim then?
I dated
Being
a
Christian.
Muslim. I did date a Muslim.
I don't mind because
I didn't mind.
my background, meaning my dad's side, they're all Muslim.
Oh,
Yeah.
How was that?
Well, so when my mum and dad met, my dad was a Muslim, my mum was a Christian,
Okay.
but they didn't let that deter their relationship.
Look at
They
that.
still got married.
Also, obviously, the biggest argument when they talk about not mixing religion is the children.
Yeah,
They want to take them to the mosque or the church.
that's the
How
thing.
did that work in
My
your
dad,
household?
when he came into to this country, he wasn't a practicing Muslim, but he did give me and my brother a Muslim name. So my one is Aisha. Do you understand? So that's actually in my name, but something really deep happened to him. I don't want to really tell
Yeah.
my parents' story, but something really tragic happened to my parents, and my dad went to prison, and my mum. They both went to prison, and my dad was so depressed, and his cellmate was a Christian, and he said, in order for everything to like be well again, convert to Christianity. And my dad was desperate because he thought that Allah's not helping him. Like, why is things going like?
Wow.
And yeah, he converted to a Christian. But at that time, my mum was pregnant with me while she was in prison. So yeah,
Wow, that's deep.
Wow.
I got a story.
You got
I'm telling you, I got a story.
That is
But
a deep story,
I'm not
sis.
saying it for now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did that make you feel? Like knowing that your dad converted to Christianity because it was basically
Desperate times. Because of desperate times.
times.
Do you know what?
Is that how you see it? Like, Daddy, you're desperate.
Yeah,
sort of
that's what it was. It was because he was desperate.
Is that what he told you, or you just see it as that?
He told me he was desperate, and I actually believed him. It's because of the situation. Because you guys don't know the impact of that situation. You don't really understand. But my mum and dad, or should I say my dad, was very, very desperate to get out of this situation. So, yeah, he
And-
converted.
Was he then a practicing Christian when he came out?
Yes. So he
Okay.
came out, then he decided to keep going to church, start going to church.
Right.
And he started seeing the backbiting, the hypocrites in the church and stuff. And he was like, nah, this is not for me.
Bun
Right.
On this. And yeah, my dad and mum haven't stepped in a church for many, many years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Makes sense, to be
Wow.
honest.
Thanks for sharing that.
Off of
Yeah.
camera, guys.
Yeah.
Next episode, when we come, I'm gonna bring my mum and dad's prison letters that they used to send to each other.
Oh, my
Yeah.
days. nice.
That would be really good. Oh, well, thanks for sharing that. That's quite
Beautiful
heavy.
story. It's heavy but beautiful as well. It has a
Beautiful.
beautiful,
And that's all down to
beautiful.
family. That's why they were in
Yeah.
prison because of jealousy.
My good Lord.
Wow.
That's a topic for another day.
Oh, trust
Yeah,
me, we're gonna talk about that.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
But like my sister once, she's obviously a Christian. She dated a Muslim, and she was like, this guy was honestly the loveliest guy I've ever seen her with, and then she was just like, I can't do it because he's a Muslim. I'm like, Alice, who cares?
Oh wow.
Like, who actually cares? But because my sister is a practicing Christian, she wants to like live in a Christian home. Her children is Christian.
Right.
She literally stopped it, and I can't get my head
Did she
around
really
it.
like him?
She really, really liked
Because I feel like
him.
if the emotion is there and it's so strong, that will overpower any religion.
That's what I'm
And
thinking.
it would just overpower it.
Nah,
I'm
she
telling
really
you.
liked him. But when I'm telling you, Christianity takes hold of people's lives. My sister felt like she was going to be a sinner. That's the problem.
This is why I believe when you guys say it's a cult, I actually believe it. Because it is.
It is.
It's just crazy.
It's heavy.
Yes, honestly. Well, that's why I wanted to hear about you dating a Muslim man. How was that?
To be honest, I didn't know that he was Muslim until he told me. No,
Oh.
actually, I saw him praying. This is what happened.
She's trying to jump on it.
Yeah, this is what happened. Like, I honestly didn't know he was Muslim. And then we were chilling someday, and then he was just like, I'm going to pray. And I'm like, okay. So I'm expecting, oh, he's a Christian. He's going to come with the Bible. He's probably going to pray. But no, he took out his mat and started praying. And in that way, he said, do you have a problem with it? I said, no. But in my head, I was expecting a Bible, to be honest. I was expecting him to come back to me with a Bible, but he stood up, he did his thing, he took the mat and started doing his ritual, which is the prayer, obviously, in Muslim. And after he prayed, I just sat there in awe, like, wow, actually. And after he prayed, I was like, okay, you're a Muslim. He's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. That's it.
Did you join them?
No, I didn't join him. I just respected his religion, and we never really spoke about it again. I was like, I'm Christian. I told him I'm Christian, you know? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, so if this was like one of my first boyfriends, to be honest. I was like, so if we were to be together for a really long time, what do you think would happen? He's like, well, I don't mind changing for you. This is what he said. But yeah, so that was it. I just said, okay, we'll see when time comes. And we never really spoke about it ever again. But yeah, it was one of my first boyfriends.
I don't think it's mandatory to change your religion if, for example, like the man's a Christian.
It shouldn't be mandatory, no.
It's not mandatory,
No.
is it?
But I think it's because you guys are not really deep Christians. When you're deep Christian, it honestly is considered a
Triggers.
sin. This is why my sister had to leave that man. Like,
Is
my
it
mum is
considered
deep in Christianity. If I brought a Muslim man, she probably wouldn't talk to me.
I've got
For
Muslim
very long
family as
time.
well.
Because she feels like she's sinning. And this is what really annoyed me about religion. I'm just like, who actually cares?
Yeah, that one is a bit, ugh.
But honestly, deep Christians and deep Muslims, even Muslims, if you try and bring a Christian into their house, they will be like, is she gonna convert?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the question is always going to be there. That's why
Yeah.
I was asking him, because I never went back to ask my parents what they would actually think. But yeah, if you're a deep practicing Christian and a deep practicing Muslim and you're dating one another, the question of the families is who is converting. It's a question. And whether they're not going to convert or not is a discussion of its own. But that is a question that's definitely going to be there. I agree. But I, from my experience, never had to do with, I never went to that stage. So
But me, I don't care. Is Anthony
Same.
Joshua Muslim?
I don't know.
If he is, he needs to know that I am open. I don't care if you're
Oh,
Muslim.
Esther. She started.
Anthony, AJ,
We know.
baby. I am not discriminatory towards religion.
Oh, gosh.
But so I guess we should conclude.
yes, ma'am.
This has been a very deep one again, as usual. Thanks for sharing your stories, guys.
Yes.
But yeah, so what would we conclude in terms of fake Christianity, child grooming, the new age of TikTok and children being on it?
Ooh, that's a heavy one. Each one for your own.
She always says that when she doesn't know what to say. Each their own. I would say we need to like educate ourselves. Yes, I keep saying this, educate, but education is very important, because if you don't know like about the Bible or the, you know, root to do with Christianity or Islam, you will get brainwashed, basically. You will definitely get brainwashed.
Yeah.
So you need to do your own research, so that when the pastor's preaching to you, you
know
would
yourself.
You would know that what this pastor's saying is wrong, man.
It's
Do you
rubbish.
understand? It's rubbish. Yeah, the grooming is down to the parents. Do you understand? These kids are innocent. They don't know what is wrong. They don't know what's right. So it's down to the parents to actually take charge and control their social media.
Yes, ma'am.
That's a great conclusion.
Yeah.
I think we'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Yes, she said it. The last words. Well, thank you guys for tuning in again. Thank you. Please
Comment, like, and subscribe, and make sure you hit the notification bell so that you know when we upload.
Period.
Yes, guys. Period.
Period.
And we'll see you again in the next episode. Thank you,
Yes, guys.
Bye.
Bye.